What is going on, everybody? It has been a minute, but we are back with the Republic of China series. So things have just been crazy. I've been a little busy with things going on. For anybody, I don't think I've ever discussed personal life in any of my previous videos. But just a quick rundown. I work 2 jobs. I'm a full-time student. Obviously, it's summertime right now, but there are certain things going on related to school still that I'm working on, such as preparing for a senior thesis project. I'm a junior in college, so things are moving quickly in all aspects of my life. So I apologize if there are times where my posting is not super consistent. But there were some people that seemed to really want me to continue the series, and I really wanted to. And that was really just the final push I needed to finally jump on here and record the next episode. So, first off, somebody made it clear that my division templates were kind of wonky because I got all the Warlord division templates. First off, I fixed this one. It's a 10 width with support artillery now. I also went in and fixed this one. It is now 10 width with support artillery. Eventually, I would like to swap this one over to 20 width. With the support artillery already on there, obviously. The problem is, after doing so, I think I was going to be in about 28,000 infantry equipment debt, which is not ideal. Our factory count is not as high as I would really like it to be. So we're going to hold off on that. And then the only division template left is this cavalry, which I'm not terribly concerned about. There are only 5 divisions out of my, 180-something? 186. So I have 181 other divisions that are all at that 10 width, with support artillery, and the majority of those are these divisions right here, this template, which I plan on upgrading to 20 width as soon as I can. So we ran into the problem that Japan, we're going to go ahead and start time moving here just to get some progress moved in this game. We had the problem that Japan joined the Axis last game. Now, in the comments, you seem not extremely concerned about that. And to an extent, I agree. Late game, China really shouldn't have to worry about Japan being in the Axis. But there are some unknowns here. The U.S., as far as I know, is staying democratic. Yeah, and it looks like they're going down their path to really prepare to join into the war. So, should the U.S. Oh, hang on. This is because we're justifying on Mongolia, yes? Yes. Okay, sorry. I have not touched the save since the last time I posted, essentially. So, I do not remember everything that's going on completely. But, anyways, with the U.S. not joining a side yet, there is concern that if I go to war with the allies that I'm going to have to deal with them, and put quite simply, I don't want to have to deal with the US. You can do it as China eventually. The biggest problem is that you're going to have to build up a navy, and unless you've got the rest of the world fighting with you, then I'm not really terribly interested in going after the US, because it's more trouble than it's worth. And really, for all intents and purposes, you have won the game by the time the U.S. is the last one remaining. So we are going to continue spamming out military factories, though, because we need our industry to be pumped up a lot. The wonderful thing about China is that they have all that manpower. The not-so-wonderful thing is that you do not have the military factories produce the equipment you need for them right away. So we're going to continue pumping out factories. We're going to continue moving on with time. I don't believe there's anything we want to do in here. Awesome. We're continuing to research down our doctrine. We are going to continue pushing down that. Not spending the army experience, because as anybody who plays China knows, you get a massive penalty to your military until you do this improve the army situation. I believe it's 3 times. I don't know that we've done it a single time yet, because the only conflicts we've been involved in are the conflicts with the warlords. We have not been involved in the conflict with a major power up to this point. So, oh, that's weird. Oh my, what is this? The Hyderabad Dakin? I totally butchered that, but That's crazy. That's weird. I've never seen that. So, essentially, what I want to do is I'd like to join a team. I would rather not go it alone, simply because I just, the faction feel is fun in HOI4. I like the idea of being in a faction and working with some of these AI countries, which, speaking of working with others, I should mention, if there's interest, I do have other friends that enjoy playing this game. And if that's something that the people who watch my videos would be interested in, I would be more than happy to record some videos of us playing. We just actually finished up a game where we were playing as Italy, Iran, and I was playing as China. And we actually Italy formed the Rome Protocols faction, and we just kind of went along with that. And we actually did really well. We ended up more or less taking over the world. I don't know what to research here. Artillery question mark? No. Support companies. I don't have any support companies in. Actually, we're going to get the logistics company because that is a very important company to get. I learned that far too late into playing this game. Continue to add military factories to our manufacturing of guns. Also, I bought a pop filter for this microphone that I'm using. For anybody that's curious, I'm using a Blue Yeti microphone. And I took some time and I read up on what exactly you want to use when trying to get good audio quality with the Blue Yeti. So in this, the pop filter was heavily recommended. Also recommended a boom arm. I find that I don't have very many problems with vibrations typically. I did hear some popping as I tend to say my S's pretty hard. So I got the pop filter in the hopes that that'll improve the audio quality for anybody listening. We are going to garrison my ports here. Just because I think I'm very much considering going to war with the Axis. And if I do that, then I definitely need to have my ports garrisoned, because if I don't have my ports garrisoned, then Japan will just chime right on in and take all of my stuff. And that's the last thing we need to happen here. So we're going to go ahead and do that. Our Air Force is pretty pathetic, if I remember correctly. I don't think I've done any building to it, and China's Air Force starts off pretty pathetic naturally. So it would not surprise me if my Air Force was not great. Let's see, we add more military factories here. Alright, national focus-wise, let's see here. I don't think... So we get another research slot for doing this. Pause for a second. We're not really losing anything. You know what? Let's keep going down this just to see if we can get a little more land through those ultimatums. I don't feel like they will care. I feel like we're going to get laughed at by the Europeans that own this land down here. Because I believe it's all... Well, no, Indochina is independent. So... Are they in the Allies? No. They're not. So we'll go ahead and demand that. We'll see what happens. We're just going to assign all the factories we can to that. Also, I know that this is inefficient in terms of like assigning factories. Obviously, I could hit the 10 times or the 5 times scale and do it like that. I don't know. I enjoy looking at the massive numbers of things that pop up here. Eventually, I probably will swap it over though, simply because it's easier. We gotta keep building things. Definitely did a good job focusing on getting a lot of civilian factories out. Could have gotten more, but I'm not disappointed at all with the number that we have. They're doing work, as you can see. I mean, we were building military factories pretty quickly. Let's see how many military factories some of these other countries have. Germany somewhere, Germany somewhere around the 120 range, not surprising. We have more than France, I believe. Yeah, we're at 57. France is just under 50. We've got more than the UK. I mean, we're not doing terrible. For our size, we should have more. We've got more than Japan. I do know that Japan tends to have a lot of problems. Oop, there goes Finland. Japan tends to have a lot of problems with equipment. They actually run out of equipment pretty quickly in a lot of games. And if China is able to hold on, that oftentimes is how... that is usually how they end up winning the war against Japan. is by just kind of holding on until Japan runs out of equipment, because early on in the game, you obviously can't produce equipment faster than you're using it. At least I don't think any country can. Until you start researching some of those later technologies to give you your bonuses to producing equipment, most countries, I don't think, if any, can actually outproduce their use of equipment in offensive wars. So, but we did not go to war with Japan. We're going to, I think we might bite the bullet and get this upgrade, even though it takes a little bit of a ahead of time penalty on there. But we didn't go after Japan. We might. I'm curious to see what the Soviet Union's going to do. I think I would be fine joining either the Comintern or the Allies. I do know the Comintern has a big issue letting people that aren't communist in. There goes Poland, and that's a peace treaty. Oh, wow. Okay, so that was the Polish faction that just got pieced out there. Germany would not let me in their faction. That's a shame. Yeah, that's going to be interesting, because there's going to be resistance from everybody to let me in their faction, because there's not really a single non-aligned team, except for, I believe, the Polish team was technically non-aligned. But yeah, I'd rather not join the Polish team just to go to war with the Axis. If I'm going to go to war with the Axis, I'll do it by doing something else, not just joining in on the Polish's murder. Obviously, the French Commune is here. For anybody who has forgotten, the French are communist. The British have stayed democratic. All the fascist powers are still here, except Hirohito is gone, non-aligned. I actually really kind of wanted to join Hirohito for a while. I wasn't against doing that, but he joined the Axis, and because of that, I really don't think we're gonna find ourselves aligned anytime in the near future. The Soviet Union was given the half of Poland that they were promised in the Molotov-Ribbentrop Pact, which is okay, I guess. It makes the Soviet Union slightly more powerful. It does tick away at Germany's strength. I think Germany is probably going to have a difficult time. I don't know how many. Well, I don't know. France does not have very many divisions. Compared to Germany, they have like nothing. Now, granted, the Soviets have, the Soviet divisions, which is a lot. But Germany is down here. They've got their little sidekick, Italy, which inevitably will be their weakest point, but is the weakest point of the Axis worse or better than the weakest point of the Comintern? I think the answer to that is no. I think Italy's probably stronger than France. It looks like, yeah, they've got more factories, they've got more divisions. Maybe France has a better navy. Maybe, but it doesn't look likely. Italy all around looks to be the stronger weakest link in that scenario. So I'm not so sure that the Comintern is going to have a very good time facing off against the Axis. And I know that in the comments, some of you were very much for me being aggressive and running after multiple people at once. And just to tell you the blatant truth, I don't enjoy that playstyle. I enjoy the more vulturous playstyle, I guess you could say, where you're kind of sitting back, you're watching to see what exactly is going down. Because I don't want to rush in for failure. Not to say that I would fail immediately if I went after, say the Comintern and the Japanese, but you have to realize your limitations as China. I'm producing a lot of guns right now. I'm stockpiling things, but if I go to war against both the Comintern and the Axis, I'm going to have to fight this entire front. I'm going to be defending my ports. The amount of space that I'm going to have to cover and the amount of troops that are going to be in combat is going to quickly drain my supply of infantry equipment and artillery. So, I don't want to rush in here and get, oh my, Fall of Athens. Oh wow, the Axis is doing a number. I wouldn't really be against joining the Axis, I guess. It's just not what I figured I'd be doing. The problem with joining the Axis is that you join the Axis and then you're inevitably going to have to fight America, because right now America's democratic and they're not. They're 2% fascist, but I don't think that's because they've decided to I don't think that has anything to do with their ideology choice in their focus tree. Excuse me, sorry. So, yeah, we're gonna tick up this speed to 5 speed real quick. I may stop producing troops. How many divisions do I have again? I've got to be close to 200 now. 210, yeah, 210. I'll let this next round of troops kick in, and then I'm gonna start saving all my infantry equipment for upgrading to 20 width divisions. I might even toss a couple more. Ooh, the U.S. joined the Allies. Interesting. Persuade Britain. Okay, did the Allies? Am I oblivious? Did the Allies just go to war with the Axis? Yes, they did. I also have outdated equipment production. It's my fighters. I am producing fighters. Look at that. And torpedo bombers. Didn't know I was doing that. Wow, look at me go. So what are we doing here? Do I want to do any of these things? I don't think so. Could take the penalty of this. That would be very nice to have. But I know for a fact I need to get this. That's going to be a big ahead of time penalty. And of course you're playing Road 56. I believe this is all special Road to 56 stuff. Let's go ahead. Let's do this. Do that real quick. We'll hit play again. Okay, so being at war with the Allies puts the Axis in an interesting situation. Because if they go to war with the Allies and the Comintern gets involved somehow, which I don't know how they would, usually it's because Germany does Germany things and goes after the Soviet Union. They haven't shown any signs that they're doing that quite yet. Hope this music isn't too loud. I might turn it down just a touch. Okay, we did declare martial law. We're going to overturn the unequal treaties. Oh my. The Great Empire of Qing. Return of monarchism. After declaring their independence from Japan, Asin Gyoro Puyi has declared... Sorry if I butchered that, by the way. I apologize. If I butcher any of these names, please don't be offended. I'm just bad at saying things. Declared the socialist Manchu state has returned. Having liberated China from monarchism before, how should we deal with this so-called the socialist Manchu state? Death to the pigs. We gain an annex war against the Great Empire of Qing. Maybe we can coexist after all. Our focus is needed elsewhere. Well, this sounds like a great opportunity to get into a war. So what did they do? They declared the independence from... Okay, so we're just going to go ahead and declare war on them, because why not? We are going to slow things down, though. Do I actually have a border? I do. And they joined the Allies. Wow. That just happened, didn't it? Oops. Didn't mean to do that. Chill. Yeah, they joined the Allies, didn't they? So I'm at war with the Allies now. I'm not at war with the rest of the Allies yet. But yeah, we're at war with we're at war with a member of the Allies at this point. We need more steel. Somebody give me steel. Who wants to give me steel? You want to give me steel? Give me steel. What are we gonna do? We could get another research slot. I'll tell you the truth, I'm not too worried about that. Is there anything down here we'd want? Of course, there is aggressive population growth, which is just hilarious as China, and I might do it just because of that, but... let's see here. Don't know if anybody can hear that, but my dog is snoring and almost barking in her sleep right now. This doesn't help with factory construction, but you know what? Let's get that extra research slot. You're gonna yell at me if I don't. I can hear it now. continue things. Can we advance on them? Can we just... United States has joined the war. Yeah, we've got this one spot that we can try and push through from, but that's about it. Italy wants a non-aggression pact. It's fine. I don't know if they'll actually invite me to their faction at any point. Interesting. I did not think this is how things would break out, but that's part of the fun. Invite to faction. You know what? We're gonna accept this. Yeah. All right. Well, now that we are in a faction with Japan, we are actually going to... Oh gosh, the fall of Stockholm. So the problem here is, now that we're in a faction with Japan, we're gonna have to worry about the fact that we're against the Allies, and the Allies are not... We're probably not gonna be able to capitulate the Allies very easily. And I say probably, I mean we won't. We just quite simply won't capitulate the Allies very easily. So we're gonna draw this up. Awesome. Oh my. Yep, sure. Yeah, I'm just gonna join all these. I know that that's just joining me into the Allied Wars. But, you know, I'm not overly concerned about it. So what's the faction map look like? I gotta admit, the Colombia seized the Panama Canal. Nice. We'll see how long that lasts. This is looking pretty dope over here. The Axis faction mode. Somebody trying to naval invade me right now. Qing did naval invade, but they failed because they took a non-port tile. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is why you garrison all your ports. So Japan is pushing in the Korean Peninsula at the moment. So who is over here? You are the one that I sent over there. You guys can just push. I'm not terribly concerned about loss of life. I was hoping to, I was kind of hoping, I'm going to cancel this actually. I was kind of hoping to upgrade to 20 with divisions before getting into this mess, but this works too, I suppose. Let's see, just out of curiosity. Yeah, I get it. People are joining the war. Wham, wham, wham. 20 with, that would put us in negative 20,000 infantry equipment. I'm not going to do that right now. Having that giant deficit would be nothing but bad for us at the moment. And I could assign more troops to this border. In fact, I probably will. I'm not terribly organized, seems. Here we go. Draw our offensive line out here. This is my favorite part, and we're not considered a minor nation, which is absolutely lovely. Qing, look at that. We've inflicted 40,000 casualties on the Great Empire of Qing. We've lost 2,000 men. Oh no. We could lose 2 million men, and quite frankly, it wouldn't make a difference. Part of what makes China so fun. Yeah, Qing obviously is not going to stand for long. They did not stand much of a chance. Logistics company. Wait, don't some people have ports down here that I need to worry? Yeah, like that. I kind of forgot about that. Hong Kong. I don't believe Portugal's involved. Anyway, I think it's just Hong Kong that we have to worry about. Because this belongs to Indochina. Luxembourg joined the Axis? Interesting. We've got a research slot open. Right. Logistics company. Woo. We are pushing really well. They want to give me... No. I don't... I hate it when the AI does that. I don't want your troops. Please use them yourself. You are doing nothing. So why don't you distract that guy so we can push through there. Keep trying to break these British troops here in Hong Kong. That's naval invasion noises. I don't know why they give you naval invasion noises for areas that aren't really yours. I understand they're part of the faction, but I don't care that Greece is being navally invaded as China. Oh, I need more steel. Let's get it from the Soviets, actually, because I believe I can get them from via land routes. All right. As expected, this is going absolutely swimmingly. I have no idea how long I've been recording. Perhaps I should check that. I don't know. We'll see. Oh. Okay. So here's something interesting. I have player-led peace conferences on. Now, if anybody is unfamiliar, player-led peace conferences basically makes it to where you are completely overpowered in terms of what you get during peace conferences. I did not participate in this war at all. This is the peace treaty for the Northern Lights here. But because of player-led peace conferences, I have a lot of war score. So I really should have disabled this. I forgot to, so I apologize. I'm going to puppet everything instead of taking the land. And the reason I'm going to do that is because I really shouldn't be getting the land anyways, and I don't want to take the land and then be like, oh, well, you took the land, but you really didn't do anything to earn that land. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to puppet anything I'm able to puppet, which is still going to take forever, because as you can see, I only get 2 extra points because I didn't participate in the war hardly at all. So I'm going to puppet things, and yeah, I'm going to have to cut here. And I'll jump back in after a while. Actually, instead of cutting, I think this might just be the end of the episode. I'll take care of this peace treaty. We'll get that out of the way. So just expect the northern, the Scandinavian countries are probably going to be puppets, as well as Czechoslovakia and Belgium and probably Greece here. Expect them to be puppets, and know that we are now part of the Axis, not necessarily because we wanted to join, but because it was just convenient because of who we got drawn into war with. The Great Empire of Qing decided to get ballsy and break away from Japan, and, well, we didn't like that. Chiang Kai-shek just hated that, and now we're at war against all the allies, including the U.S. So whether or not we'll actually be able to take the U.S. out, we'll see. But thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode.